Welcome to a Hot Takes episode of What's the Diff, where we bring few topics and let loose our opinions when we're down a man. I'm Big Head Josh. With me today is Normal Head Cully.
Yes.
And joining us today is a special guest, Small Head Bella.
Hi.
Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at what'sthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail or text at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hello-what's-the-diff@gmail.com.
Ding.
Y'all ever just scream in this?
Sometimes.
Yeah, when it's not recording, because that would melt our listeners' ears.
I'm here to melt.
All right. Let's kick it off. Let's get started. This is Hot Takes, where we do hot takes. So here's some hot takes. I think cutting your sandwiches, and it's not sandwiches, sandwich, it's the proper term. Cutting them diagonally is the best way to do it. That's the only way to do it. If you have a normal, like, flat bread. If you have a sub sandwich, that's something else completely. But
Okay.
I'm talking like you're making a PB&J, got to cut it diagonally. It's the only way.
You see, I grew up with the sideways notation, and I feel like I got more sandwich that way.
Wait, so you cut like along the waistline, so you have the top part of the bread and the bottom part?
Yeah, like the top part has the little like M, and then the bottom part's just flat.
Like, were you doing that, or was your mom doing that?
And my mom was doing that, but that's how like I did it, and I felt like I would get more sandwich out of it. Like if I cut it diagonally, I would only get 5 bites, but if I cut it that way, I would get 6.
Isn't that like a wild way to find out that your parents don't love you?
Wow, what are the odds?
I feel like I don't know, maybe you're eating it wrong, but I feel like you get more sandwich diagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. Because I think as I've grown and made my own sandwiches, I've definitely switched to the diagonal method. I feel like it's also better, like, for dipping.
It's fancier.
Are you guys still cutting your sandwiches? Because to be honest, like, I make fat sandwiches, and then you can't cut them because everything's going to fall out.
No, I don't cut them anymore.
Yeah, I stopped cutting them. But I also don't make them, like, that fat. If I do, it's only, like, a couple of slices of meat, some cheese, maybe some lettuce.
If
Probably
we're talking grilled cheese and tomato soup, I'm cutting my sandwich. It's got to be diagonal cut.
Yeah.
Like toasted cheese sando. Yeah.
Are you guys crust people?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I like crust.
love crust. That's like my favorite part.
It's good.
I used to not like crust. Like, I'd always have to get it cut off, and then I'd also always have to have a face made out of it. So my mom would cut, like, eyes and a mouth.
Okay, Hannibal Lecter.
All right, I guess your mom did love you, but
Jesus.
that's so extra. My
was.
son only eats his sandwiches if I turn it into a smiley face. Otherwise, he throws it at the wall and screams.
I mean, there was one point where it wasn't, like, the right smiley face. And I think my mom was having a long day of work, and yeah, I might have gotten yelled at.
I would stop making you sandwiches.
It's like make your own fucking sandwich, kid. Come on.
That was basically it. And I was like, all right, well, I do want a sandwich, and I guess it doesn't matter.
There you go. Life lessons.
Life lessons with
Live and you
Josh.
learn.
When your kid really wants something and they're crying about it, tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just good parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to set boundaries so that your
Yeah.
child one day can also set boundaries.
Yeah, don't like abuse your kids or anything, but just ruin them mentally so that, they have to go to therapy later.
Well, because I mean, do you want your 28-year-old son screaming at his girlfriend because she didn't turn the crust into a smiley face?
It's a good point. That's a good point.
That's what happens if you don't throw the sandwich into the wall after the third time they started crying because it's the wrong smiley face.
Yeah.
I can add to that too. Don't have kids.
Yeah.
That's just Chloe's always.
That's my opinion on all of it. Kids suck.
It's Chloe's very lukewarm take.
Yeah, it's not hot anymore. it's
getting
very
cold.
room temperature.
He keeps leaving it out.
It's settled.
Takes a bite out of it every so often.
Yeah, I have beaten that opinion. It's like, like when you're a kid and you have like a favorite blanket. And okay. Thank you. And you grow up and you're like, oh, my favorite blanket. And you see it and it's like a piece of tissue paper that's like almost dissolving. That's my opinion on not having kids. It's barely hanging on. Like maybe 2 strands left in it.
So eventually you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to have 8 children.
No, I'm going to get a new blanket.
All right.
There you go. I'm done with that.
I mean, I agree with that. I
Okay.
feel like that's no longer a hot take in general, like for the whole planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting very, like, everyone's kind of getting on the same thing. It's just like, I'm good.
Like, who wants to work 40 hours or more, because, you got to pay rent, and then come home and listen to, you didn't put the crusts in a smiley face, so now I have to scream for the next 20 minutes. Like, I
Exactly.
literally cannot imagine.
Exactly.
She didn't work 40 hours.
All right, well.
Part-time. It was back in the day when 2 parents could work part-time and have 3 kids.
Wow.
And a big ass house.
Well,
Wow.
that's when they became full-time. But I think my mom was still part-time at the time.
Can't
Looking
relate.
at Wonder Bread.
What a time.
What a time to be alive. Can we go back?
Yes.
I want to, like, huff paint.
You can still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now all the kids have, like, I don't know, the silly gas or whatever, the, like, cosmic gas.
Nitrous? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
nitrous.
it's nitrous, but
Yo, when I was in Thailand, they would walk by with balloons full of that. And you could just buy a balloon full of nitrous while you're super drunk on the streets in Thailand partying.
oh my God.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in this, but here's my cash.
Well, no, you'd do it and you'd be like, whoa, because it makes your voice, it's like the opposite of helium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I know.
Yeah.
Right. No, not
No.
that I know either.
I
but
just watch people.
I've definitely I've been around people that have told me about it.
yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
they don't do it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like my cousin.
I had to Google it, actually.
And I've never done it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I haven't even been to Thailand.
that's a hot take.
Bella's never been to Thailand. Hot take.
There's no photo evidence of that at all anywhere.
No.
Delete that. No. Get that picture away from you.
All right. What do you got, Bella?
All right. So I think that Batman's morals and ethics were actually wrong and that he should have been murdering people this whole time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I definitely feel like there's some people that he probably should have murdered, but I will say that I'm not too fully versed on the Batman verse, so I can't think of like should the Riddler die?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of does shitty things to shitty people.
No, he does shitty things to good people.
Mm.
Well, he's kind
Sometimes.
of like an equal opportunity fucker arounder.
He just hates everybody.
Yeah.
Professor Pig or Mr. Pig. I think it's Professor Pig, PYG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy should die.
Yeah.
He like carves people's faces up to make them perfect. No, he should. No, that's gross.
You guys know the game Injustice?
Yep.
Yes.
So they actually made comics to further explain the story of Injustice. So the comics are what happens before the beginning of the first Injustice game.
Mm.
They're actually like one of the best comic arcs I've ever read. But in it, and it's been a couple years, so forgive me if I'm like not super accurate.
You're
But
forgiven, child.
thank you, blessings.
Blessings.
Bless up.
It starts out with the Joker has like put some of that scarecrow gas on mixed with kryptonite on Superman.
Oh shit.
And so Superman sees Apocalypse and starts beating up Apocalypse. And then we see that it's actually his pregnant wife, Lois Lane. And he has punched her into space and is just beating the
oh fuck.
and is just beating the absolute heck out of her. And she dies, obviously.
Well, yeah, one punch from Superman if you're a human.
Especially
Yeah.
to space.
No, actually, I don't know how she didn't like evaporate, but her corpse comes back with him, and he's like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" And the Joker's like, "Ha ha,
The Joker's Mickey Mouse.
yeah, ha ha, bitch." And they take Joker to jail, and Superman goes in there, and he's pissed,
Well, yeah.
and Superman's like, why'd you do it? And he's like, well, why'd I beat a kitten to death with a puppy the other week? It was for fun. And Superman just
my God.
like one punch murders him. But the Joker had a bomb in his body that was like
Jesus.
tied to his heart. He had a bomb somewhere that was like tied to, if he died, the bomb would go off. And it was a nuke, and it blew up all of what is the place that Superman
Metropolis.
Metropolis. I was like Megapolis. Not right.
Megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
Yes.
Yeah, there. Which kills millions of people because that'd be like a nuke going off in New York. And yeah, so then Superman's like, Batman, why didn't you kill the Joker? Like, you should have years ago. And Batman says, you think I don't have to live with that? You think I don't think about all of the people who have died because I just kept putting the Joker in Arkham? But no, I could not stoop down to his level. And it's like, bro, you just admitted that like literally millions upon of millions people would still be alive if you had just put Joker in a grave.
Yeah.
And then Superman goes crazy and becomes like Hitler and is like super totalitarian on the entire planet. It ruins everything, all because Batman is kind of a pussy.
Yeah, he should have done something about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so many things. It's like, okay, after like the third time, it's like, okay, you're not changing.
No.
Yeah, like, and Arkham is known for being super shady. So the fact that Batman was just like, you know what, I'm going to keep putting crazy people in a place run by crazy people who are experimenting and doing weird illegal stuff. Like, are you actually helping?
Nope.
No.
They're
Making it worse.
They're just going to like fun club for evil villains. Like,
Yeah. Like, oh, sweet. I just get to hang out with
my
all
homies.
of my evil friends.
Yeah, and then
Cool.
have the guards like, well, and Harlequin, she used to be a like a psychiatrist. She was a Joker's psychiatrist, and she was like,
Harleen Quinzel.
yeah, she was super well regarded. And then she was like, nah. So that's the kind of people they're hiring. They're hiring people who will fall in love.
Yeah, people that just easily flip flop.
Yeah, and or that guy who does the experiments on everyone, who now I can't remember his name.
Dr. Robotnik.
Sure. We'll get to that later.
No, I know what you're talking about. The main like
What is it?
he's in one of the games.
I watched all of Gotham. Like I remember his name, but I don't right now.
Well, that
Anyway.
guy.
Yeah, my point is Batman's morality, which is one of the things people regard most about him, was flawed. And it's not addressed enough.
Yeah, it's like, come on, kill some people.
Yeah, at least like 4 of them. Also, why is Killer Croc allowed to keep living? That's terrifying.
That yeah, no. Waylon Jennings, no.
Or Clayface?
Yep. Clayface should not be living.
Not allowed.
Well, he's kind of not,
Well,
but you know.
yeah. They did, yeah. Anyway.
I love comics.
Nerd.
It's kind of nice that there is different like varieties of nerd.
Yeah, I like that too.
Were you thinking of Quincy Sharp?
Let me see.
He's the I don't have a picture, but he's the warden of Arkham.
It was not the warden, it was one of the doctors who was doing all the experiments on everyone. It's like his name was like Doctor Strange, but I don't think it could have been Doctor Strange.
Dr.
Maybe it was.
Strange.
The Strange
Yeah.
evil doctor. I'll find him. Oh, Hugo Strange.
There.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was
Ah,
right.
right.
Professor Hugo. Yeah,
Oh, that's how they got it. They're like, nah, it's first name.
yeah. Professor Hugo Strange.
He was like, this one does not control realities. This one only controls the realities of crazy people who he then experiments on.
Yeah.
All right.
He asshole. All right. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. It's like, come on, think about it.
Think about it. Do a think on it.
Really put this into perspective.
Put your thinking on it.
Think harder.
That's my Batman impression.
Think harder, Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
No, I'm Batman.
No, I'm
No,
Batman.
it's like this. I'm like Batman.
I'm like Batman. I like bats. See, I'm Batman. Okay, Josh, you
He
can go.
picked bats because he doesn't like. He was scared of bats.
Yeah.
I want to introduce fear into my enemy's eyes.
I'm Caterpillar Man.
I don't know why it's like, oh shit, it's Batman. He's like, where? Oh, wait.
Oh, all right, it's me.
Sorry. I'm still getting used to it.
You think if he's like standing on a building overlooking some bad guys and like the lightning strikes behind him and it just illuminates his shadow on the ground, he's like, oh, there's a bat up there.
He's like, where's Scarecrow?
Oh, it's me.
His gas has leaked out again.
Where's the Scarecrow? All right.
All right, yeah. I'll take the reins here. I think microtransactions should only be allowed in R-rated games. And I think more specifically, they need some way to like identify that the person is an adult.
Like they need their ID.
What is this, the UK?
Yeah, it is the UK.
Gotta put my license in for the porn.
And for your TV license.
Yeah. No, for real. I was asking my friend over in Wales about that, and he was like, yeah, we got to put in for the TV license. I was like, yeah, you have to apply to, like, watch TV.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's so weird. But
What?
yeah, it's just like in general, I feel like microtransactions are really
Michael transactions?
Michael transactions.
I'll pay to see some Michael.
Are just really like ruining a lot of kids, especially if there's any tie to like a gotcha or like a rarity system.
A what system?
Like pay to play.
Not necessarily pay to play, but
Play
like
to,
you'll
pay to
so
win.
an example that got outlawed recently is like Overwatch. You're able to buy these special boxes, and in the boxes, you would open it up, and it would have a chance to have, you know, like common cosmetics or like super rare or like these like legendary cosmetics that have these really cool animations, but it has a really, really low chance. And so it's basically like gambling to try to get this, you know, the skin for this certain character that you want, and there's so many characters, so it's just this like super duper small chance to do it. And so it's basically like gambling for kids, because they would, you know, they get their mom or dad's credit card or be like, all I want is this, like this currency, like Fortnite is like V-Bucks, and I'm going to spend all of my V-Bucks or whatever on these boxes and try to get the skin that I want. And then they would spend hundreds of dollars and not get the skin, and they'd just be screaming and yelling.
Well, this goes back to don't have kids.
Well, so you know how my little brother's like 9 years younger than me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Roblox, that was like big. I mean, I guess it's still big, but that was really big for him when he was little. And I remember him being like, "Can I get some Robux? Can I get some Can I get some money for Robux? I want to play some Robux." And I would be like, I mean, he wouldn't be asking me because he knew I would slap him, not literally, but my dad would be like, "Okay." And then one time he like took my dad's credit card and put it in on his phone, and then he spent like $250 on Roblox. And my dad was like, I might go to prison. I'm thinking about it. And
weighing the options here.
Yeah. And so that was super annoying all of the time. And now my brother is a terrible person. I'm just kidding, Tyler, if you're watching this. But yeah, so I would agree that, and everyone has ADHD now,
Yeah.
including me. I didn't beg my parents for microtransaction money, but I did run over hookers in GTA. So that's probably what did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think for me, I mean,
That's fair.
I don't think I have ADHD, but maybe I do. I would ask for RuneScape memberships.
Oh, I remember. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, come on, it's $5 a month, and it's like that. I think back in the day, I'd put it into. This is how I was so good at math: is I'd put everything into the form of Little Caesars hot and ready pizzas.
It's only one.
One RuneScape membership per month is just one hot and ready, so that's not too bad.
It's just one $5 footlong.
Yeah.
My God.
But then you
Do
look
you
at like
remember that?
World of Warcraft, it's like that's 3 $5 footlongs. That's 3 feet of sandwich.
Oh wow.
That's 3 whole
Jesus.
pizzas per month.
Yeah,
That's
a lot.
ridiculous.
I used to ride my bike.
I mean, I'd also go outside, but yeah, it's just I feel like we've gone to a point where people just aren't that great at, or not that they're not that great, but there's just some kids that are able to basically like just be a little conniving and, you know, steal their parents' credit card information and rack up thousands of dollars of stuff. Like there's so many news articles out there of kids spending $2,000 on this game, and they're like, yeah, sorry, you can try and do a chargeback, but you signed the end user license agreement.
They should have in like fine print too. If your kid steals your credit card and spends $2,000 worth of money, like we'll look the other way while you beat them because they deserve it.
We'll turn the camera off that
Yeah.
we are not definitely looking at.
We won't report you at all.
You
It's
get
cool.
to put them up for adoption for free.
That's a good one.
We'll
Like
pay
that
for the
one, too.
adoptions process.
Well, I think, yeah, that's like a slippery slope because they were, I can't remember how long ago it was. It was kind of before COVID, but a few of these YouTubers got called out because they were putting out these different like loot box system things, but it was like you could win actual shit like a PS5 or like $100 or whatever, and it was like, oh, all you do is put $5 in, you could win a car and that stuff, and it was not really seen as gambling, but then like it went to the courts, and the courts were like, yeah, you're just getting children to gamble. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
so-
download a car.
Yeah,
I
and
would.
so a bunch of people, like big YouTubers, got caught for that and got in trouble, and it was like, ugh. But I'm sitting there like, how the fuck do you not see that it's gambling for children? How do you not see that?
Yeah, it's so crazy. There was also a similar scandal of YouTubers making this website for the game Counter-Strike. Because in that game, you're able to buy these keys that unlock these boxes, and inside the boxes have these, again, cosmetics. And if you can get the highest tier ones in certain boxes, some of these cosmetic knives were selling for like $1,500.
Jesus.
And these keys would be like $1 to $3 or something. And so they made like this website where basically you could like buy these boxes and buy the keys all together. But I don't know, they did something where they were able to like manipulate the code so that people were like, they would have streams where this certain account this person was on would be winning all this stuff. They're like, oh my God, I'm winning all this stuff. And it turns out that they were one of the owners of it.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
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 And they just like basically like doubled down, just like, well, it's not gambling. No. And if people are seeing it as gambling, like they just really need to take their finances into perspective. Why are they spending $300 when they can't afford rent?
Yeah, it's like because they're giving you all their fucking money, dude.
Yeah.
Because you made this up.
And that's still not the worst thing YouTubers have done to children.
God.
True.
No,
Yeah.
but like gambling totally ruins the reward center in your brain and makes it so that way you don't get fulfillment like from short-term rewards anymore.
Yeah.
So burning that out when you're a child, like you're just going to be mildly unhappy with anything that doesn't give you immediate gratification for the entire rest of your life.
Yeah, you're just going to be a grumpy bastard for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're not going to want to do anything that involves like suffering for a while in order to get long-term gain because your brain won't get that immediate hit of dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually can't really even imagine. I mean, ADHD kind of ruins that anyway. But like in a kid that doesn't have ADHD who had a chance, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like it kind of reminds me of games back in the day. For example, in Halo, if you were able to beat like all of the maps on Legendary and do all these crazy things in the campaign, you in the multiplayer could get a katana on your back, and that was like high praise of just being like this elite gamer.
You had to earn it.
Yeah, and nowadays you just spend $500 on a skin in League of Legends, and you're like, yeah, I'm the best.
Well, I mean, that is preparing kids for the real world. It's not about how hard you work. It's about if you already have the money.
Yeah,
It's about who you pay off.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I just wish that there was a better way to teach them that was like, instead of just having this digital thing.
And RuneScape teaches you that if you throw enough money at a woman, she'll date you.
That's true. And it might not be a woman.
Yeah,
Be careful with that one, kids.
it'll be Chad or I guess Eugene who lives in his mom's basement.
Yeah.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, so I
You're a
don't think
slippery slope.
microtransactions should be in games in general, but if they have to, then only allow it in R-rated games.
What do you mean by R? Like
Or
M?
M. Yeah,
M.
I don't know why I said R.
R?
I haven't looked at game
Pirate
like
games only.
I haven't looked at games like age restrictions in a while since I'm an adult and can buy anything I want.
Throwback to that time I was 8 and my grandparents knew I wanted to be a forensic pathologist, so they bought me the CSI video game because they were like, "Oh, this will be great and educational," and it was they had no idea what M meant. They were just like, "Yeah," and then
Much enjoyment.
that's how I learned that Hep C is a sexually transmitted disease because a hooker got strangled to death in a seedy motel, and I had to solve her murder. And it was because she gave the dude Hep C.
Oh my god.
I 100%ed that game at the age of 8. I couldn't do that when I tried to play it a couple years ago.
You were
You're
really,
really
invested.
into it.
I was so good at solving hooker murders.
I've solved the murder. Yes? Well, she was a hooker. Ah, okay. Case solved.
Speaking of hooker murderers.
Hooker
Colleen,
mutters?
Mutters.
Hooker mutters?
I actually have multiple hooker murder stories.
Oh, okay.
But your turn, Cole.
That's for another episode. That's a special.
That's a special, yeah.
Um,
On our Patreon one day.
so say you go to a restaurant and you get are you good?
Mm-hmm.
Just dying a little bit.
So you go to a restaurant and you get just like burger and fries, right?
Okay.
Normal. What do you do with your ketchup? Do you put them on your fries or do you put them next to your fries and dip?
If it doesn't come in a cup, then I definitely put it on the side of the fries. Like try and scoot the fries so there's a little space for the ketchup.
Yeah. Because here's my hot take: if you put ketchup on your fries like that, you're a psychopath.
Agree.
It's got to be on the side or in a cup.
Yeah, it's just if it's already on the fries, there's only certain places where you can grab the fry without getting ketchup on you.
Yeah, and they're gonna get mushy.
Are they gonna get mushy?
Yeah.
I guess if you're eating it slow.
I was about to say, I've never taken that long to eat fries.
Yeah, because I've had like loaded fries and stuff, which has a bunch of stuff on it, and they're not usually mushy by the end.
Maybe I'm going to the wrong places.
How slowly are you eating your fries? Is it taking you 3 to 5 business days?
Yeah, usually.
All right, well, that sounds like a you problem.
Oh, well.
I agree with like ketchup and ranch, but like I love malt vinegar on my fries. And when I tell you my fries are dripping, they are wet. I have soaked them thoroughly in vinegar.
Ugh.
Delicious.
Oh, I hate vinegar.
I'm trying to what. There's places that usually do that. Is that up in Canada?
It's a Canadian thing.
It's
Yeah.
a British thing.
British. That's what I was
But
thinking.
then, yeah, McDonald's up in Canada, they don't have malt vinegar, but they have white vinegar. And I mean, that'll do in a pinch, but malt vinegar is the best for fries. It's so good.
Big barf.
And you on fish too, not like fried fish. I'm not out here putting it on salmon or whatever.
Put it on sushi. Just dump it on.
All right, but what other sauces go on the side?
Well, like
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise, yeah, campfire sauce or something, barbecue, just whatever sauce that you want to dip.
Yeah, but you could
fries
have
into.
like a nice drizzle of chipotle sauce on fries. But I will say, if I
And
ever
then, are you eating them with your fingers or are you using a fork?
You see, I was about to say it. If I get fries like that, it's with a fork.
Yeah.
You
Y'all
gotta be
wanna-
forking them.
In the Netherlands, they have like these cones of fries, and then they dump mayonnaise and peanut sauce and onions on top, and then you have to eat it with a fork because you obviously can't grab mayonnaise, peanut sauce, onion fries with your hands out of a cone on the street.
Peanut sauce fries. That sounds good.
I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But
me
I obviously
either.
was like, well, I need to eat this while I'm here because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna mock them.
I'm also not going to do this at home.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that here.
Like that's psycho shit.
I would like to try the cone fries though.
Yeah, no, they're really, really good. Belgium has good fries. That's where fries were
Belgium.
In
invented.
Belgium?
Belgium.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
We
they're
should
not
call them
French.
Belgians.
And they are actually butthurt about it being called French fries. I asked.
I mean, yeah, I would be too.
Ooh, garlic aioli.
Yeah,
fries?
that could be spread on fries. But then again, I'm using a fork.
I still like it on the side because I don't, for whatever reason, the only sauce I really want doused on my fries is malt vinegar.
Malt vinegar.
And then I like to dip it in like ranch or a little bit of ketchup, but not a lot. Just like a.
Oh, I'm like shoveling ketchup
Well, then why are you against pouring it all over the top?
because then I can control the amount of ketchup, which is more than. Otherwise, you wouldn't be. If I put the amount of ketchup, it would just be a ball of ketchup.
That's
fries
that's
underneath.
and people
Yeah.
would look at you like you were a freak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore, but I used to do that a lot with like hot dogs and stuff. I would just douse them in ketchup. I got so much ketchup on one of my hot dogs once when I was camping. My friend like called my name and I turned and I just got ketchup all over this, like in my ear.
Were you holding it like a phone?
No, I was.
He called
Ring,
you and
ring,
you're like,
hot
hello.
dog phone.
I was about to eat it, so I had it up to my face, and then he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What?" And I just
Oh.
like got ketchup on the side of my face. It's a true story.
Jeez.
That's like a shitty TV sketch.
That was my turning point when I was like, maybe
Literally.
I'm putting too much ketchup on things, enough to, like, I got a significant amount of ketchup in my ear, and it was still a normal ketchuped hot dog.
Oh my god.
Like, I was like, this is too much.
Costco hates him.
Yeah, life hack.
Yeah, I will say that the last bite of a hot dog with a bunch of ketchup on the end is like, preem.
It's perfect.
I do not like ketchup that much.
Oh,
And I hate barbecue sauce unless it's like on ribs or pulled pork or something.
I just had a shiver.
Wow.
I was thinking about ribs, and I was like, oh.
Ribs.
I want some ribs. That sounds good.
Do you like dry or wet?
Wet.
I don't think I've had dry ribs.
Gotta have them dripping.
You haven't had dry ribs? Like
No.
they've always been lathered?
Yeah, they gotta be lathered.
I don't have ribs all that much. The only times that I've really had ribs is like for football dinners that we'd have with the whole team, or like going to my friend's house who is very country, and her dad definitely just doused it.
You gotta drown it.
I feel like a dry rub would actually be really good.
It is. I've had barbecue at like the major states where you get barbecue, and I've tried all the different kinds.
Ohio.
And Ohio is for barbecue. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
Sir, are they barbecuing them?
Are they wet or dry barbecue?
They're wet dogs and dry cats.
Oh,
Shut up! I'm gonna dance for 40 minutes.
dog is not that good.
Excuse me?
Like you're surprised.
You've eaten dog?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bella eats everything.
Yeah.
I have eaten pretty much everything. It wasn't on purpose though. I was a vegetarian at the time. They said it was soy meat.
Ah.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not traditional meat.
We tricked you. It's dog.
There's soy thing in it.
No,
Soy
like,
thing?
one of the very confusing things about when I was living in Asia was like, I'd be like, does this have meat in it? And they'd be like, no, it's chicken. And I'm like, what?
Bro.
They're like, they don't count the chicken. You see what it eats?
No.
They're like, bro, chickens are down there. Like, they don't even matter. And I'm like, was it alive? Like, if it was alive, I can't eat it. They're like, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Just eat it.
Just eat it. Come on.
That's funny.
Yeah, all barbecue is good barbecue. That was where I was going with that,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I got distracted.
Including dog.
My bad.
Yeah, all barbecue is good barbecue. I had some really good barbecue in Florida. Oof,
Where in Florida?
I don't remember.
You don't. You.
I've
was a
Where,
long
where
time
did
ago.
you go in Florida? You don't remember where you went in Florida?
Nope.
Just the whole state.
It was near where all the cruise ships are.
There's a
Saint
St. Petersburg.
Nope. Isn't that Russia?
There's one in
No, there's only
Florida.
one.
St. Augustine,
Miami.
Port Canaveral, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. That's the one. Not Saint, but Fort Lauderdale. It was
Ocean
somewhere
Shores.
outside of Fort Lauderdale.
Canoga Park.
I love Fort Lauderdale.
I don't know. Anyway, we got barbecue there. It was fucking so good. Oh my god.
There's a really good barbecue spot in Wenatchee that I honest to God think about driving to sometimes. Some of the best fries I've ever had in my life. Oh, circling back to fries.
Yep.
Go to that place in Wenatchee that I don't remember the name of.
All right,
There's
just
not
look
a
up
lot
Wenatchee
of
fries.
It's so good.
Is it like in the town?
Yeah,
Oh man.
I'll
Let's
Google it
go
for
to-
you later.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Working, but we can go after.
Oh, okay. Let's go to Wenatchee for some barbecue.
I'm down.
They have beef ribs, honey sriracha beef ribs.
Oh my god.
They're so good.
Yes.
I'm down.
And they have really good ranch, and they have dill pickle ranch that you can put on your fries if that's your thing.
Dill picklers?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Love me a good dill pickler.
Man, that sushi I ate in the car is no longer as fulfilling as it once was.
All right, what do you got?
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of food, I think one of the hardest parts about being an adult that no one really talks about is getting in all of your servings of fruit and veg. And like, I love fruit and vegetables, but at the end of the day, am I going to cut up a thing of broccoli and steam it, or am I going to eat a protein bar and cry? It's the latter. Like,
It's protein bar and cry.
I'm tired. Like, protein
Yeah.
bar and tears.
I will say I have a really shitty way of steaming broccoli.
What's your shitty way?
It's in the microwave, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do that too.
That
Yeah.
works.
You
though.
just
It's
you
fine.
Put a bowl of water in 3 minutes. You're dead.
And you put saran wrap over the top, right?
I don't. Are you supposed to?
I mean, that's how you steam
how you
it. You're just
steam-
boiling it.
Yeah.
All right, I just boil broccoli.
You're just
Wait,
microwaving
what?
broccoli and what?
You just been boiling your broccoli.
I guess
I
so.
mean, I mean, that's fine too, I guess.
Do you
Like,
boil your chicken?
No.
you look like you boil your
Yeah, you
chicken.
would.
I know I
You
look like it, but I don't.
You guys want to come over for some chicken and broccoli? No, Josh, it's boiled.
You
Not-
just put it in the same bowl.
That multi cooker you just got that cooks 9 pounds of spaghetti and meatballs.
We're doing that, dude.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about how much chicken and broccoli you could boil in.
Oh my
so
god.
much. Oh, there goes
Oh,
my phone.
there you go.
Phone
All
down.
right.
Well, for
Keenan, that was for you. Oh yeah, that's right. Keenan died.
Yeah, Keenan died, so we got Bella.
I'm Keenan now.
That's why we did the episode a little bit later in the week.
Yeah.
We had to do the memorial.
Way better upgrade, I think.
Yeah, she's way taller.
Yeah.
And my hair is longer.
Yeah.
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 It's like if Keenan got a haircut.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
Okay.
for a while there, I was like super motivated, and on Sundays, I would make 5 veggie trays and like in a Tupperware, and 5 fruit trays in a Tupperware for myself, and then 5 fruit and 5 veg for Travis. And throughout the week, I was like, I am thriving. I am healthy. This is amazing. And I need that motivation back, because like I would force feed it to myself. I wouldn't even be hungry, and I'd be like, you have to eat it. And I'd buy
Eat
like that
it.
gallon thing of ranch from from Costco.
Oh
My
yeah.
God.
It was great. And you can make a cream cheese, like cheesecake dip with I don't do added sugar, so I just put a bunch of like Truvia or monk fruit in it.
There you go.
And it totally didn't taste like sadness at all. But I haven't been able to bring myself to get back into doing that yet.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
How?
Yeah, I've been thoughting. I
You have been thoughting.
I have been doing thoughting in my brain. I've been thinking about. I fucking forgot what I was gonna say because I just like my
Well,
brain broke.
You can think about it. I have a question. What is like the daily, like what they suggest daily servings for veggie and fruit?
Hold on, it's like 5.
Meal planning. That's what I
5
was
for
trying to say.
each?
It's
I mean, I understand like it's.
daily servings of fruit and vegetables.
Oh, I could have just looked it up if you didn't know.
Hold on. Yeah,
got
it
it.
says to eat
is
daily
live.
at least 5 portions, with each portion being about 80 grams.
And it's 5 portions of each, or do you split it? So they want you to have 400 grams.
Wait, what the hell? Nuts and seeds are technically fruits, but they are not counted towards your daily 5 servings.
Huh.
Yeah,
It's
because those are
not,
more like healthy fats.
yeah, it's not telling me how to split it, but I feel like you should. Oh no, it's
Each?
each.
Damn.
Damn. So you should have 400 grams of fruit and veggie, which, I mean, that doesn't actually sound that hard then, especially for fruit. Like I feel like you can get 400 grams of apple easy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just I add fruits and vegetables to a lot of stuff. Like one of my favorite desserts is I just I just microwave a bowl of frozen fruit. And
You
I
just eat
add
that?
I add sugar-free Cool Whip. and I
That sounds
just
pretty
eat
good.
It is good, but like when you explain it, it sounds
Sad.
A
yeah.
little psychotic.
Yeah,
but
it does.
yeah.
Like
Oh
you cut your
wait,
sandwiches
can
sideways.
can I tell my story of what happened yesterday morning?
Sure.
Do you remember?
I don't know. Can you?
Well, whatever. It's a lot. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I projectile vomited, and it was bright red, and I thought it was like a liter of blood until I
Whoa.
remembered it was frozen berries from the
Oh my God.
So that's a side effect of getting in all of your fruit and veg.
Sometimes I projectile vomit.
Sometimes sometimes you'll think you're in The Exorcist and you'll be like, oh crap, am I actually dying? I don't have health insurance right now because I just started a new job. And then you'll be like, oh no, I was actually just being healthy last night. Good job, past me. And then you'll lay on the floor because it's 5 a.m.
And you just threw up.
Yeah. And that's how you'll start your day.
Yeah, I did that except for with beatbox after a friend's wedding.
Wait, oh no, like the drink. I
yeah,
thought
the drink.
I
Yeah,
thought-
I was beatboxing after a friend's wedding.
No,
Just went a little too
beatboxing
hard.
I
so
thought you
hard.
meant like the vegetable beets.
Oh,
Because that does
That would
change
do it.
things red. Like
Yeah.
super red.
Can it turn? It can turn your
your pee,
your
it can
pee,
turn
like,
your
purple.
You're
your
pee and red.
fecal matter. If you throw up, it'll be red. Like
Yeah.
that stuff dyes. It'll dye your fingers.
If you
Yep.
cut
So
your,
do
your
blueberries.
wrist, it'll be red.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is this a cry for help?
I'm not crying.
Okay.
No,
well,
he's,
I'm not gonna help you then.
Okay,
Alright.
thank you.
Yeah, blueberries do the same thing. They dye your fingers.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
How many blueberries were you eating? Were you like smashing
Oh,
them?
so many, so many, dude. I
love
like a
blueberry
big. I fucking love frozen blueberries. A big frozen bag of blueberries. I could eat them all in one sitting, like
do
5 pounds.
Do you microwave them?
No, I just eat them frozen.
I do that with peas. Frozen peas.
Peas.
That was like one of my favorite treats as a toddler.
Frozen
and
peas.
Yeah, and my mom reminded me about it. She was like, "You used to love eating frozen peas," and I was like, let's see if that still hits." And it does. Highly recommend just shoveling frozen peas into your mouth.
I'll take blueberries. I'll do blueberries instead.
You can do both.
I'll do
Get all of your fruits and veggies.
peas and blueberries.
Yeah, one for each hand.
Yeah.
You can just.
While I'm eating one, I can have one on my arm for tendonitis. And I just swap.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Me and Chloe both have tendonitis right now.
I have many jokes, and I won't make a single one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of jokes that you won't be making, I think that the over policing of jokes is hurting comedy.
The pleasing.
The over pleasing.
Over pleasing. And
Yes, it is.
I will say that there's like a caveat to this. I think that some people are doing jokes that, people will say like the PC police are going after them for. I think those people have some reality of those negative views, like if they are joking about transgender people and they'll be, oh, it's just a joke, but I feel like, behind the scenes, they're actually like, yeah, I actually kind of hate those people. So like when it comes to like stuff like that, it's like, well, you're just masking your beliefs with comedy, and you're like, why are people getting upset? I think that like people rightfully should be upset with kind of stuff like that, but I feel like people are taking it to an extent of like, well, I actually just found this joke super offensive.
Yeah.
And like that, I'm like, well, I don't really know.
I think it is kind of ruining comedy. Like and like you said, there's a point. I mean, don't be a complete butthead. Don't be an asshole towards other people and then be like, oh, haha, it's just comedy. But there are some points like where people are getting upset. Like hecklers will be getting upset at comedians doing a set or a bit, and like it has nothing to do with any sort of like hateful thing, and people are just like, I don't like the way you're telling this, and they make a big ruckus and like piss off the comedian. It's like, you know, okay, if it upsets you, don't go to it. You know?
You also don't have to laugh.
Yeah, you don't have to laugh. You don't have to be there. So, and I just don't like how people, you know, one person will be like, I don't like these jokes, so I'm going to stand up and ruin the whole show. That's not fair for everybody else who paid to go to the show.
Yeah, that's fair. I saw Daniel Tosh live. It's been well over a decade, and it was his second show of the night. And he was already kind of tired, and he did a joke on religion, which was something that he did more often back then. And some lady just like got up and was like screaming at him and had to get like ushered out. And after he's like, yeah, go on, leave. And then like after she was getting ushered out, he's like, I shouldn't have done the second show. But yeah, everyone, that same reaction. Everyone was like, oh.
Jesus.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I think like if you're a good enough comedian, you can make almost anything funny. Pretty much, actually, maybe everything funny. Like I've seen comedians make like the death of a loved one funny.
Yeah.
And that's huge. Like I've seen disabled comedians get up and make fun of their own disabilities and like what it's like being a disabled person, and you know, they've made fun of other people, especially other people in the disabled community, and it's funny. Like there's ways to make everything tasteful in a way. I mean, like not necessarily tasteful because a lot of the jokes aren't tasteful.
Yeah.
But if you're good at what you do, you can make anything funny. You can get away with making those jokes because people will be like, you know what? That was well thought out. That was like a good, solid joke. And it wasn't like offensive. Like you don't need to resort to being offensive to get your laughs in.
Yeah.
You can say something eloquently enough and like in a funny enough way that people will be like, oh, you're right. That is gay. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be mean to be
Yes.
funny. Like
Yeah.
being mean isn't really funny. It's just like, and maybe
I mean,
it
it's
is to
kinda
your
funny.
buddies, and sometimes it is, but like to the mass amount of people, like being a dick isn't funny.
Yeah.
Making
You're
fun
just
of
being a dick.
marginalized communities, especially because it's like, oh, okay, so we're just already kicking the people who are down.
Right.
Like, you can do it in a way that even like, I've seen comedians make jokes about trans people, and the trans people in the audience are laughing because like, yeah, it was good, that was funny,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, it's a good take on kind of the vibe. I think a really good example is Shane Gillis's joke about, I think it's like his uncle or cousin or something with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And how he's just making grilled cheeses all the time, and they like told him to stop, and he's at a restaurant and pulls out a grilled cheese and is eating it. It's just like, when did you make that? He's like, I'm making them in the night.
I'm making them at night.
Yeah.
Like, where you get that cheese, Danny? I'm making them at night.
Like it's just it's so good. But then he went on a show, and people say that Shane Gillis looks like he kind of has Down syndrome.
oh my God.
And so they went on a show and tried to do a bit where it's like, is it Shane or someone with Down syndrome? And it was just all these clips of people with Down syndrome, and they're like, is that seems like Shane? And he's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing here? And they're like, what? And he's like, no, really, like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh, that's awkward.
yeah. He like called him out straight to it, which is like, I like that stuff because, his other stuff can also be seen as like, well, maybe that's not like the greatest. Like Shane Gillis was taken off SNL because on his podcast where he kind of plays a character, he was using like an Asian accent and like being a little derogatory towards Asians. And they're like, oh, we can't have that on SNL. And then, of course, he comes back a couple years later and hosts it.
Yeah.
Whoa, who's that guy who works with Bobby Lee? He's the
The
ginger
redhead guy.
Andrew whatever.
I don't
forget
remember
his last name.
I mean, I don't know if he like gets the pass because he's on the show with Bobby Lee, but like him and Bobby, he will say some really racist jokes and make some really messed up caricatures like with the accent.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Bobby Lee are just dying laughing, and I'll admit, like I
It's
laugh,
funny.
like it's funny, like
It's fucking funny.
And like I think it also helps a little bit with the parasocial relationship with that, where like we understand that they're good buddies,
their best friend, yeah.
and when it comes, like what Coley said earlier, is like when good buddies, when you're a good enough friend with someone and you can just say like the most fucked up thing, you guys have this relationship where it's ingrounded that what I'm saying is just to try and get a laugh or have a reaction out of you. I'm not really trying to be a total dick to you. I am being a dick to you, but like that, I'm not trying to like really hurt you.
Yeah, it's not. You're not doing it in a way that is like, aha, I am offending people, but I think it's funny. You're just saying shit and trying to get a rise out of your buddy.
Yeah.
But in small circles, like that can work. But if you take it bigger, you take it to a comedy show and do it, there's bound to be people that are like, hey, that's fucked.
Yeah.
And yes, it is. But there's so many more things. I don't have an example, of course, but there's so many more things in comedy that people are like getting so uppity about. It's like, Jesus, just let them be funny. Just let them be funny. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Go knit.
I'm actually like kind of pro that in pretty much all ways. Like, this is pretty unrelated, but you know when they were, how people would like, if you were a cake maker and you didn't want to make a cake for a gay wedding, you can get sued. I think we should just like let the free market work its magic and be like, you don't get sued, but people who are like, man, that's really shitty of you, you don't get their business, and then probably you close down because you're being an asshole.
Yeah.
But like, why sue them and then they get a bunch of publicity when you can just, everyone can just quietly like never go there again and run them out. Like it's the same thing with comedians. If you're not funny enough to be good at your job, like if you're not doing a good job at being a comedian, if people are getting super offended at everything you say, like stop making a big stink about it as a consumer and just stop going to their shows, stop giving them money, stop giving them attention. Like
right.
that's
like,
how
they suck.
Yeah, that's
Instead
how
of
things should work. Like
let's get everybody together and talk about how shitty he did as a set and all this. It's like, just no, it was terrible.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, I mean, I'm killing kind of the argument here by talking about it, but a lot of people will say, how did that Haley Welsh on Hawk Tua get like a podcast, become the #3 podcast? Like, how is she famous from that? And it's because everyone brings it up and talks about it. Yeah. And it's like, if you really want something to go away, you just kind of stop talking about it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more divisive something is, like the more it's like in what is that, Peter Pan, how the fairies, if you don't believe in them, they die. They die.
Oh yeah.
So you have to give them attention so they keep living. Yeah, it's the same principle.
Yeah.
I'm still so upset that Haley person is like famous.
I'm not upset.
I don't care. Get that bag.
It's so cringy.
I mean, it's probably the best thing that someone's gotten famous off of recently. Like, I'm trying to think of other things, like Catch Me Outside Girl. Like,
oh yeah.
Have you seen interviews with her though, Haley?
No.
She's funny. She's genuinely funny.
The podcast that I listened to, Who Are These Podcasts? They did some stuff where they listened to Bill Maher's podcast with her on.
That's how you pronounce his last name?
Maher, yeah.
Maher.
Maher.
Yeah, do you think it was like Mayor or something?
Yeah, I did.
It was Maher.
I've never heard it said out loud. All right.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, I only know it because my parents used to watch the show a lot.
Bill Maher, the science guy.
Yeah, but like he had her on and he was just awkward because he's like, I'm big on TV. You know what TV is? And she's like, I don't really care that much. No, I haven't seen your show. He's like, well, I've been on TV for a very long time and you should listen to me and I can coach you up. And she's like, okay. It's like, dude, she has like this multi-million-dollar company behind her to help her with. She went to a random football game and got like $20,000 just for showing up.
That's nuts.
She's being smart. Like I have no hate. Like that's great.
Monetize it while you can. Yeah, I guess that is a good way to look at it. Like, if you've got all the attention, you might as well monetize it. Like
100%.
Yeah, I mean, if
nowadays you get that bag.
Yeah, if you have something that just kind of blows up and you're able to like run with it, do it. Like the person that came up with Very Demure.
Oh yeah.
They didn't jump on like the trademark for it and stuff, and it got trademarked by this other company and stuff, and they're starting to like sell these
Wow.
things for it. And so this person who like their whole brand was basically that they didn't jump on it quick enough, and now it's gone. I mean, it's still around, but it's not theirs.
I don't know. That's just kind of upsetting too.
Yeah, it's not really mindful.
No.
That's not very demure. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, Cully, what do you got for a hot take?
If you're gonna get married and you set up like your wedding and whatnot with all these rules and regulations, the people that are invited to your wedding should shut the fuck up. For example, if I said I'm gonna get married, but I don't want any kids at my wedding, like, and somebody's like, "Well, no, I have to pay to go to your wedding and pay for my kids to be sat," I'd be like, "It's my fucking wedding."
Do you want to be there? This is the rule.
Yeah.
Well, but also like, so I helped plan a couple weddings that like just friends. I was just helping them with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And weddings I knew they're expensive, but I did not realize how wildly expensive they were until I was helping. And I was like, damn, I'm stressed and this isn't even my money or my problem. And so like inviting children who, let's be real here, kids don't want to go.
No.
They don't care. They
Right.
literally don't. Like, I get that. And of course, some people aren't going to be able to go then. Like, if you can't get a babysitter, that sucks. But the
Yeah.
people who are planning it account for that. Like, they know that not everyone can go if they don't invite kids. And, like, but also, do you really want your kids to be around a bunch of drunk adults?
No.
I'm really glad that
As a drunk adult, I don't want to be around kids.
Yeah.
at my cousin's wedding recently, it was childless, and let me tell you, when I was going down on the dance floor, like if there was a kid around, they were gonna get kicked.
Yeah. Remember when we tried swing dancing? We would have yeeted a child.
Wasn't
Not at
there
your cousin's
children
wedding.
there?
Yeah, but we didn't try it we did that in my backyard, and then
Yeah.
we were too scared to do it at the wedding.
Well, we were too scared to do like the flips and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's because we died in my backyard. But like, I fall on a child. I'm huge. I fall on a child. That kid's dead.
Broken
I'm not.
spine.
Yeah, but like they're smushed. Like the blueberries Cully shoves into his mouth.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they
Smashed.
can't really ask for Robux.
True.
Yeah, at least
So that
then-
solves one problem for the
Yeah.
parents.
So
Or
actually, have child weddings and invite Bella.
Have child weddings? Josh, let's think about that.
Whoa, hold on.
Hold on here, buddy.
Oh god.
We live in Washington, not Alabama.
Have child weddings, like little pageants. It'd be so cute. No, it'd be disgusting. Fuck you, dude. That's gross.
Great Scott!
I can't believe you said that.
I can't believe I said it either. I take it back.
We're
I
gonna
re-
post this.
I
you know.
redact that statement.
Have
People are gonna
child
listen to
weddings.
this.
We only want children there. Yeah, child full weddings. only children invited. It's just the couple getting married and like 200 children.
What?
That's
other-
actually a nightmare I have.
Send all your kids there, and then don't show up to the venue.
It's free babysitting.
Just kids go there.
We will get your kids drunk.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
They'll
we bought
be-
all this alcohol. Somebody has to
Somebody
drink it.
has to, yeah.
Don't worry, it's gonna be in sippy cups though. They won't spill it.
Open bar. We're not doing drink tickets. Fuck that.
What other rules do like people have for weddings? Like, cause I can only really think of like the no children
Dry weddings.
dry wedding. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, so I'm in like wedding shaming groups on Facebook because I'm a bad person. And
that's what Facebook's for.
a lot of times people will release like, on invites, they'll just have a list of rules and it'll be like, we need you guys to wear only these colors. I've seen brides request that their bridesmaids weigh a certain amount, like not
Oh,
weigh,
that's
but
like
be-
bridezilla shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like
fucked.
keep their hair natural, cover up their tattoos, like all kinds of stuff.
No.
I've seen them request like the guests only wear a certain color, and they're like, if you don't have it, you gotta go out and buy it because we're trying to have these pictures look cool. There's lots of rules for weddings, or they'll be like, you need to bring a gift of X value or higher, or else you won't be allowed in.
What?
I would just lie.
Well,
Like, oh no, don't worry. There's a $500 gift card in there.
no. It has to go like they'll be like, we'll check what you've
Oh.
bought off the registry.
Yeah. damn. Could you imagine there's
Oh.
just not enough stuff left to get off the registry, and you're like, well, I guess I can't go. They got all of this stuff.
That's when you fill up a box with rocks and you take it. So it's heavy. And they're like, ooh, this is heavy. It must be expensive. And you're like, yes. And then you get in
It
and
rocks.
then you drink and then you run away before they open the present and realize it's rocks. You're like, God damn it.
Rocks.
Or I've seen people be like, the higher of a check you write, the higher tier of like food you get.
Fucking
What
tier
the
their
hell?
weddings.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
But so
That's
Chloe,
so stupid.
it's their wedding.
Yeah, Cully. They can do whatever they
Well,
want.
I'm not going to go. That's
Yeah,
my point.
And I think that's the thing is like, if you really don't like what they're doing, then yeah, just don't go. I know it's a
Yeah.
big day and you want me to be there, but I'm not really for this.
Like I should have said like I if I get invited to a wedding like that and someone's like you have to do this and this and this and I'm like that's fucking stupid, I'm not going to go, but I don't get to complain about it. Because
Yeah.
I'm not setting the rules. I'm just like, not really my thing.
I
Not
will
gonna go.
talk shit about it though. Like, oh my god, did you see what they wanted for these rules? And it's like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would definitely, be on a Facebook wedding shaming group.
I was almost in a position like that. I was in a friend of mine's wedding and the bride wanted all the guys to be clean shaven and have short cut hair, and I was growing out my hair and my beard. And it wasn't at a length where like it looked gross. I was like, this kind of looks good. Like I can style it. And so I got like a call from the bride and she was like, hey, like, you know, you gotta have to shave your beard and get your hair cut. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'll change something else if need be, but like I'm not gonna do that. And we just kind of talked about it. And she was like, yeah, I mean, if you don't look homeless, then you'll be good. And I was like, I don't look fucking homeless. Like, I'm upset that you assumed I looked homeless because my hair was long and my beard was long.
Well, I feel like it's a safe assumption for most men with long hair and beards. Maybe
No,
not like today, but
I look good.
I feel like a while ago, people would just kind of grow it out, and it's like, yeah.
You guys look good bald faced, but you guys look good with beards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
God,
it's a nice accessory. I'm so distracted because your socks look like it says right sack on it, left sack, and I'm like,
Right sack. I'm going to say
You're
right
like,
sock.
wait, hold on, it's on the wrong side.
WRIGHTSOCK. Right sock.
my left stroke just went viral. Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually don't remember what you guys look like beardless.
Yeah, and I don't have
Like a
my-
child.
Yeah, basically like
Yeah.
a child. I remember I
Well,
went
I'm
to
close. I mean,
Yeah, you're getting there.
it was shorter than this a little bit ago.
I went to
Oh, it's soft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a
Nice.
very soft beard.
I don't think mine is.
Nah, that's puby.
Yeah. I'm gonna start putting some stuff in it.
Do you put stuff in it or does it just come out like that?
I'm just born like this.
Ah.
Okay. You guys just have puby.
I'm
puby
born
face. I have
soft.
pube face.
Are you guys using skincare?
No. I mean,
That's
I have
bad.
a face wash.
Well,
Yeah, I don't.
you,
I'm looking into. It's been in the last couple of months. I feel like I've been trying to do things better for myself, so I am looking into it. But
I'll
it's
help
very
you.
manly basic. Like, oh hey, I'm gonna get Lubriderm Daily Moisturizer.
Why do I have a skincare routine and then men will like they'll wash their face with the same towel they wipe their ass with, and then they'll have like perfect skin,
It's
and then
the
I'll get
balls.
like breakout. Oh,
Yeah, it's the balls.
it's
Yeah,
the ball sweat.
That's why we
Yeah.
did the little thing wiping it. And you see, we try to miss the asshole as much as we can because that's kind of a deterrent. Women also have assholes, I've heard, and
I've never
the balls.
seen one.
Did
You
my-
know, it just has these special juices on them
It's
that you can
glands.
just.
So what you're saying is I need to add a step to my skincare routine.
Yeah,
Rub your towel on some balls.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
But they have to be your balls
I
because it's got to be your own cultivated thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
If you don't have the right enzymes, it
Yeah.
just starts to break down.
So what you're saying is like I'm shit out of luck. I
Kinda.
should just go fuck myself.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's fair, I guess.
I find it funny that you bring up skin routine and stuff because it just makes me think of not I guess this year, but the only time I went to base. I was in line for the showers, and there were people that had like they big towel over their shoulder, which was normal. I had a towel too, but then they had this like shower caddy of all these different fucking things, and I was standing there with a bar of soap in my pocket, and I was just like, "You guys really need all that?" I'm like, yeah, this one's for my hair. This one's for this. This one's for this. This one's for this. And I was like, I got soap that does all that. I can damn near brush my teeth with it.
I got my 7-in-1 soap.
Yeah.
I use
Exactly.
it for my hair, my body. It's a cooking oil. It's deodorant.
It's
I
just
mean-
butter.
I was gonna say, isn't like coconut oil can be used for like a lot of that stuff?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Coconut oil's good.
You can use coconut oil as a lubricant.
Yeah, in a pinch.
I like it on popcorn.
You like it on popcorn?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like if you make, not microwave popcorn, but if you do OG popcorn where you put oil in a pan and then put kernels in a pan, then you shake it over the flame and it pops in a pan and it's good shit.
In a pan.
In a pan.
Actually, yeah, one of my favorite.
It's good.
They used to have that Kukuruku or something, the popcorn place down in Seattle that had fancy popcorn. One of the best flavors was coconut oil and nutritional yeast.
Yep.
Huh.
It's super good. Super, super good.
Can you imagine just microwaving a cup of coconut oil and putting it on some microwave popcorn?
Like with my broccoli?
Yeah. Boiling coconut
not?
oil for a healthy treat.
Do you not boil your broccoli in coconut oil?
You're going to get us canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whoa. We're not like
We're
that.
not that.
I
chill
wasn't
Bobby
being
Lee.
racist. That was a speech impediment.
We don't have a Bobby.
Well, we got the bear over there.
I'm half Mexican.
Oh, okay.
That's close enough.
Ay, caramba.
No, you can't do that.
Sorry. Lo siento.
You can't do that either.
Ah.
You canceled.
Speaking Spanish is not allowed for white people.
Can I say tortilla still?
Yeah, tortilla is for white people.
Tortillas.
Okay.
So is pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo and guacamole. Or guacamole, like whack-a-mole, but guacamole.
Yeah.
Oh my
Speaking
God.
of guacamole.
All right, I'm done.
Well, I think you have a hot take for us.
What's your last hot take here, bud?
Okay. It's less of a I guess it's kind of a hot take. Mixed with a hear me out.
Okay.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Okay.
Wood.
That's end of discussion. Wood.
What version of Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah.
Okay. That
Well, here, what version wouldn't you, Coley?
Yeah, Cully.
every.
Nah, earlier you said wood.
I
Don't
was
play it up for
joking.
the camera.
It's all about Rouge the Bat, dude.
Oh, actually
yeah.
though?
Yeah.
But also wouldn't for any other Dr. Robotnik, but would for Jim Carrey's. Would immediately.
Oh, I love Jim
Would pay
Carrey.
money.
I love Jim Carrey though. He's so good. I love that he is so against like Hollywood, and he had that big rant about like these people are shitty and all this stuff, and then they're like, "Do you want to play Dr. Robotnik?" And he's like, "I'm back in Hollywood, baby."
Yeah.
It's because he's been waiting for this Shadow movie because Jim Carrey also would.
Jim Carrey also would. He's like, "Yes, finally."
He's like, I cannot wait to bang the CGI Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's fucking funny.
They just start ramping up the ratings. So at first it was PG, and then the Knuckles one is PG-13, and then Shadows.
Was the Knuckles one PG-13?
No,
Oh.
it just would have been funny.
Was it PG?
I think it's probably PG.
Wasn't it? It was Idris Elba that
Yeah.
voiced him.
And everyone's like, they can't have him be Knuckles. It's too sexy. I'll be too turned on in the theater.
Yeah, fucking would.
I mean,
Idris
to be
Elba.
honest, Knuckles would.
Idris Elba would. Knuckles.
They're
and
adults, right?
The
Idris
Echidna,
Elba.
or like
No.
Sonic and
The Sonic creatures? Yeah, they're like 30 some.
what?
But Sonic's.
I thought they were like
No, they're-
children.
they're
Hold
like
on.
30.
Wait. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I might have to edit my.
How
Are you Googling it?
old is?
I'm looking up
Sonic.
Sonic.
Oh,
I mean, they say 33 years,
Yeah.
but I think that's the start of the series.
how
Like
old is Knuckles?
It's 33.
Sonic is 15. Canonically, canon. It's canon. He's 15.
No.
Oh God.
Nah. Knuckles is 16. Wouldn't. It's legal in Washington State, but wouldn't.
Gross. How old is Shadow?
Biologically, Shadow is over 50, while his physical age remains in his teens.
Shadow is ageless and immortal.
Shadow the Hedgehog is 19 years old. He was released in 2005.
All right, I may change my hot take because I didn't realize I was being a YouTuber, a famous YouTuber.
Wait, hold on. So Shadow was only made in 2005?
Yeah.
Like that feels so. Was he like basically
No.
made for the
Yeah.
Shadow the Hedgehog game where
Yeah.
there's guns?
No.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Shadow the Hedgehog is 19 years old. He was first released in 2005. Shadow is the star of the 2005 platform game show Shadow the Hedgehog.
When did Sonic Adventure Battle 2 come out?
Battle 2?
Whatever
Josh, you
it's
got
called.
it. Sonic Adventure Star 2.
Well, Sonic Adventure 2 was the release. Oh yeah, there he is. 2012. Yeah. That's what it says.
That's when it got put on Steam. That's obviously not when it came out.
Nah, it's a 2001 platform game developed in Sonic Team
Okay,
USA.
So if he's in the 2001 Sonic Adventure 2, he didn't come out in 2005.
Yeah.
Because I remember being 6 or 7 and seeing Shadow the Hedgehog, and I was like,
So mysterious.
I was like, that's a bad boy.
Yeah, he actually became one of the most popular Sonic characters after this, and that's why they had the spin-off game Shadow the Hedgehog in 2005.
Exactly.
So that might have been the first showing of Shadow.
I know my Sonic.
I don't know my Sonic.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
how
should
old?
know more. I was so obsessed with Sonic.
How old is Rouge the Bat?
She,
Oh, no.
If she's 15, I'm gonna lose my mind. I mean,
They're like all teenagers.
I know
She's
that-
18.
Oh.
she acted like 32. Wait,
Well.
now that I'm getting close to 30, people who seemed 32 back then now seem like 54. You know what I mean?
Isn't that weird?
I feel like back in the day, people just aged quicker.
Yeah, they did. You see pictures of like, okay, so you ever see Friends or whatever?
Yeah.
The Friends people are younger in that show than I am now, but I
Yeah.
look younger.
True.
And like people, you know, in movies from like the 80s and 90s, they'd be like, this is a 40-year-old and it looks like a 60-year-old nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
there's
the
like
microplastics.
it's keeping us the
We're being
same.
preserved.
Probably.
Oh my god, we're not gonna decompose.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, where I'm gonna
We don't need plastic surgery. We just eat it.
exactly.
That's fine with me.
Babies are starting to be born with microplastics in them.
Oh
That's-
yeah, microplastics stored in the balls.
Sucks for them.
Wait, can you guys make me feel better and tell me your not your worst wood, but like a questionable wood?
Questionable wood. Does it have to be from Sonic?
No,
Okay.
we've already wooded all of them.
Okay.
God.
I don't know. I don't have any good ones.
I know you're lying.
It's like the old, it's
You guys are like everything that I would bang is fine. Like
A questionable one. Well, no, because I like genuinely don't ever watch like a cartoon or something, and I'm like, nice.
it doesn't have to be a cartoon. It can
it
like
could also just be a
people.
person.
You remember the show Fallout that just came out?
Oh, Ella Purnell.
Tons of no, she's not that weird. Well, I
She's
don't
hot.
find her that okay.
She's hot.
People wanted to bang the ghoul guy, and I
Yeah.
understood it.
Well, Walton Goggins is a beautiful man
Yeah, they kind of picked the wrong
and a
actor
damn
to
good
be
actor.
Beautiful for
But
that.
Ella Purnell,
Let's see. Yeah, I guess my wood that's like questionable. I don't know. I guess Princess Carolyn from BoJack.
That's not even questionable.
Okay, you're right. Because they are more human-like. The bunny from Bay Stars.
what's
Beast
based?
Stars?
What's that?
Beast Stars.
Beast Stars? It's a really good anime and manga.
Yeah, basically, it's a world where
It's like Zootopia but gritty.
yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, they have the separation between the people that eat meat and the people that don't, and it's like follows these the animals in high school basically, where a big thing of the world is like being an actor or an actress, and so they have this like big acting club, and yeah, basically like this deer is dating this bunny, but this wolf who like isn't good at really being a wolf, like he's not scary or anything, he's kind of a nerd. Like joins the acting troupe and like is a good actor and starts to fall in love with the bunny, and the bunny falls in love with him, and then it just has all this extra stuff.
They
What?
bang.
That's so confusing.
I think I read everything that was released of the manga as of like 2 years ago. I should finish that.
Huh.
It's really good. Cully, you can't get away without saying at least one.
I'm thinking. I can't remember. I can't think of one that's weird, but one that definitely was a first of mine would be Carmelita Fox from the Sly Cooper games.
Fair.
Inspector Carmelita Fox. Love a woman in uniform. She was a police officer. She also had a really big gun. It was very scary. Yeah, that'd be it. That's not really weird though, 'cause she's hot. So
Yeah, like another one from me is Lulu from Final Fantasy X. She wears a lot of straps.
Did you guys play the oh my god, Dead or Alive games?
Oh, I did not.
no,
I remember seeing the cover though.
Man, those are the games. They
Oh.
literally invented jiggle physics for those games.
Yes, I know those games. I know
Yeah.
those games. The Game Grumps have played those. But no, those. Oh my god, those fucking games are crazy.
Speaking of straps, everyone wears really strappy outfits, and I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure jiggle physics was invented for Dead or Alive.
I feel like I've heard that history bit.
They had the Dead or Alive volleyball,
Yeah.
where everyone was in bikinis, and it was just like, yeah, nerds everywhere were like, oh my god,
Even the ball was
pixelated.
jiggling.
The balls, titties were everywhere.
Wow. Yeah, the ball just has a bikini on. You're like, okay, we get it. You can calm down with that.
I remember when that game came out, and I was just like, what is this? Why is this?
I liked when the Game Grumps played it because
I bet you did.
it was funny.
Is that
'cause-
why you've tendonitis?
No,
you can't use your elbow like that.
that was like 5 years ago.
You gotta put your shoulder into it.
I hate you guys. But when the Game Grumps played it, like Aaron was trying, because you're supposed to like befriend somebody, and so he was trying to get, I can't remember, like Helena or something.
Yep.
He was trying to be her friend, and she kept rejecting him, and his fucking reaction to it is so goddamn funny. He just has like a complete breakdown. He's just like, I've given you everything. I gave you a parasol when you said it was too sunny. It's so funny. I'd recommend looking it up.
I would love to watch people play all of the Newgrounds dating sims, except they're all dead now because Flash Player is gone. But
They have websites for them.
I've looked
Nothing is dead.
I'll send you the link.
for the mm?
It might not. You might have to search for the one you're looking for, but
I
could
think
do
you
it.
have sent me that link and I couldn't find it, and then I was sad.
there's more than one link now.
Maybe I'll get tendonitis. Just kidding.
Wouldn't recommend it. It's not worth it.
I already
Yeah.
have arthritis.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got, Josh?
Ah, God.
Last one. Let's bring us home.
After we talked about it in the pre-show, I didn't want to talk about it, but you know what? I guess I'll throw it out there. Which I tried to reword it a little bit. Let's see if this is even good. Dating has gotten harder by men being scared to approach partners. I feel like this take is very red-pilled, but I'm not trying to be red-pilled. So there's stats that show that dating has really plummeted. You can denote that to like COVID, making people just kind of extra awkward and weird. You can denote it to all the dating apps. We used to meet people in person, and now we only meet people. Like it's like 86% of people that meet their partners is online dating.
Jeez.
So there's been this like big transition of taking like the dating portion and talking to people and stuff off like online basically, and the offline portion doesn't happen all the time. And I think it's made people kind of scared to approach people. And I mean, I would also say, which I think it's a good thing, the Me Too movement, where people were finally talking about their sexual assault stories. I think that's good. I think a lot of guys are like, oh, well, I can't just walk up to a woman, grab her ass, and say, hey, babe.
No, you can't do that.
Like, no, you can't do that. You never should have been doing that.
Yeah. That's always been a thing that you could not do.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of guys have basically been like, oh, well, no, you can't do anything. You can't say, oh, you look nice today. And like it's kind of transitioned to people overdoing it of like, oh, well, I can't go up to this girl in the bar who I think is cute and tell her like, hey, I think you're cute, and maybe see if we have any kind of connection.
I think that's the exact reason why you should, though. Because nobody else is going up and talking to that girl that's cute. You should be the one to go up and talk to her. Because then nobody else would. And then she'd be like, hey, nobody else has come talk to me. That's kind of cool. Good
I have
reason.
3 hours of opinions.
Lay it out.
So I think I can see why it would be difficult, like kind of intimidating for a man now, because like if you're not a jerk, you're worried that you might creep out a woman, and that's like a
Yes.
fair thing, because to be honest, like sometimes men approach me and I'm like, why have you done this? But if you stand like, if you don't get super up in my bubble, and if you say something kind, if you're like, hey, I just wanted to say, like, I think your outfit is really cool, your hair is really pretty, like you look great. Usually,
You've got it going on.
yeah, usually if you compliment something that like she did, because you can control your outfit, you can control your hair, you can control your makeup. Like I would place more value on a compliment based on something that I have like,
You've put effort into.
Yeah.
yes. Cause like if you like my face, that's cool. I didn't like do that. Thanks, parents. Like, yeah. And if you say something nice like that, and then you say, could I give you my number? And then if you're interested, you can text me. That gives me the power. I don't feel like you're trying to get my number and then you're going to put me on the spot and like call it and see if I gave you a fake number and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I have the opportunity to decide if I do or do not want to contact you. Like, I think that's a really great way to approach women. But you also have to gauge it. Like, does she look like she's out with all of her friends and it's just a girls' night? Because sometimes, like, you don't want to be approached on girls' night.
It's girls'
Yeah,
night.
it's girls' night.
Yeah, like maybe if she's with a huge group of her friends, you don't like go up and bother her. It's pretty complicated, but a lot of men have kind of ruined it for the rest of you that don't suck.
Yep.
Because like the amount of men who have just come up to me and like grabbed a titty or groped my ass or like said some weird stuff to me, I'm like, now I get kind of like anxious when I see a man approaching me.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. Like I'm 6'3". I shouldn't be anxious and no women who are short either should be anxious. But like, like if I feel anxious, I can't imagine what a normal sized person might feel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I don't know.
on the very, very extremely rare occasion that I do talk to somebody that I'm interested in, I do that. I give them my number.
Yeah.
Because
That's smart.
it's so much easier to like, and I say it to him, like, you can text me or not, it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I
Totally
don't
fine.
mind. I don't mind. That's another thing too, because I feel like some guys will be too persistent,
Mm.
and it's like, oh, come on, babe, like, come on, you and me, we should go out. And she's like,
Can I
I'm
have
not
your
interested,
number?
and like, fucking leave, dude. If you get those vibes, walk away, because you're just gonna be a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it all goes to plan, then like you get their number and that's cool and you talk. But if it doesn't work out, ideally you should be like, oh, I'm not interested. Thank you. And you go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry to bother you. Bye.
Yeah. Have a good rest of your
Like-
evening.
That's it. That's how you should do it. But you shouldn't. Don't ever force somebody to be in a position they don't want to be in.
Yeah.
Well, but can you imagine, like, I personally can't imagine like continuing to be interested in someone who's not interested in me. Like, be obsessed with me or perish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't love me, I will make you love me. It's like, oh,
That's
what?
so creepy.
That's
Like, what?
terrifying.
It should take, I mean, like, besides me being nice, like, it should take no effort on my part to, like, you know what I'm saying? To convince you that I'm worth liking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I think like a mix of the complexity of the whole thing and just everything that we've kind of said just kind of all wraps together, and then also kind of the power dynamic that we've kind of created, where it's like they've done these studies and where guys, it's like, oh, we're afraid to approach women, and women are like, well, I'm waiting to be approached.
Yeah, because women, like a lot of my girlfriends, when I explained that, like, if I like a guy, I'll just tell him. I'll just be like, hey, man, I'm kind of like feeling something here. What about you? And usually they're like, oh my God, I've been too scared to say something. And a lot of my girlfriends are like, what? You just do that? I'm like, yeah, why would I be waiting for a man to make a move? Like, it's like spiders. Like, they're more scared of you than you are of them.
Yeah.
Men are like spiders.
Men are like spiders.
Sometimes you'll just find them in your house and you're like, no, we got to go outside, buddy.
You can put them in Tupperware and throw them over the fence.
Exactly. I've had to do that to
Neighbor's
Josh
yard.
like 8 times.
She shakes it.
Yeah. I go, this is the 8th time this week.
Yeah, she's like, I can't be Batman every time.
Right, exactly.
My
Well,
morals are soon gonna be just.
soon I will stop putting you in Arkham and I'm just gonna yeah, a lot of women are still waiting for men to take the lead, which like is fine, but I feel like kind of there needs to be a middle ground. Like, people have to understand, and social skills seem to be diminishing all around. Like, the more we get
totally.
yeah, the more we transition to virtual and online things, it's harder to maintain in-person connections. It's harder to meet new people. Like, how old am I? 29. I'm 29.
29.
Oh God. And now that I'm not in school and I work from home, like, I've made friends with my coworkers over Teams. They live in different states. Like,
Yeah.
how do I make new friends? I'm lucky I still have y'all and like my other friends from the past and my other jobs, but like,
Yeah.
how do I make new friends? I have no idea how to do that now. I'm not going to go join a club. I'm tired.
Well, I've noticed that too. Like, even on Josh and I, on Friday, we went to Seattle and we took the light rail. And when the light rail was full, and like, I get it, you're just getting off work or whatever, like, literally everybody was on their phones. And I swear I was the only person just like looking around the car, just like, fucking nobody is paying attention to anybody right now. And then I saw there was like one kind of older lady down the way that was just sitting there, like, no phone in her lap, just kind of looking around like me. And I was like, I really just want to go talk to this person and be like, isn't this fucking crazy that everyone's on their phones?
And she'd be like, I'm raw dogging life. Get away.
Oh my God. People who raw dog on planes. Crazy.
How do you do it?
That's nuts.
One of my friends does that. I watched him do it for an 8-hour flight.
8 hours?
8-hour flight.
No book
Literally
or
just
nothing.
sitting there. Literally just sitting there.
Was he even looking at the flight map?
I know his little thing was turned off.
Oh my God.
No,
What
it was
the hell?
actually the scariest thing I've ever seen, and I was just like, I mean, not really, but I am kind of scared of him now.
Just shut down for 8 hours.
Imagine you watch a guy raw dog on a plane for 8 hours. Okay, that sounds so bad. And then
Context.
after
We need context.
after the flight, he approaches you, and you're like, nah, I already know you kill people. Like, there's people in your basement, 100%.
It only took an 8-hour flight for me to figure that out.
If I hadn't known this friend since I was 18, I would have been like, if that had been like a new friend, I would really consider not being friends
Like,
with him anymore.
whoa.
That was unhinged.
Like, so how was the flight? You'd be like, so how many ways did you think about killing me?
Exactly. Oh man. And I do world building in my head quite frequently, and even I'm not raw dogging an 8-hour flight. Like, I'm watching 12 movies, you know?
Yeah.
I put a movie on and immediately fall asleep.
Must be nice.
My God.
You fit in planes though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not fitting in those plane seats. My legs are inside the person in front of me. I'm raw dogging them in a different way, my guy. My knees and their asshole.
They're like, can you scoot back? You're like, bitch, it's a plane.
I've been yelled at multiple times because they're like, why are you touching my, like, why are you moving my seat? And I'm like, 'cause my knees are inside of your seat. And they're like, why can't I recline? And I'm like, 'cause my knees are inside of your seat. There is nowhere for my legs to go.
Oh my God.
And they're like yelling at me. I'm like, okay, I'm
I
going to
can't
come
do
sit
it.
in your lap.
I can't do anything about this.
Literally.
Like,
Shall
there's
I
nothing
shall
can
I
do.
cut off my legs?
Yeah, please.
They're over 3 feet long. I will put them in you.
Well, there you go.
It's going to go up your booty hole.
And then you should just, or you should say like, what do you want? You want to upgrade me to first class? Like you can.
You want to pay for that?
You can pay for the upgrade.
Shall I? Do you want me to lay across your lap in the lap of? I'm longer than the seat rows.
Yeah, you'd be in the other row.
Yeah, I have tested it on a pretty empty flight. I can take up the 3 seats, go across the aisle, and take up most of the seat on the other side.
So you're four-seater in aisle.
Yeah, four seats in an aisle.
That's so nice though. Like when you have a flight experience where there's nobody else in your row.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's so cool. I had a
live
flight.
for that.
I don't know what it was for. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But I had a flight, and it was me and like 2 other people on the flight. Just nobody booked this flight, and I walk in, and I was like, oh, and they're like, you can do whatever you want. Like we don't care. So I got in one of the 3 rows and just laid down.
do you fit in those? No.
In a 3, yeah, I was kind of propped up, but yeah, I fit. It's
What?
not comfortable, but
I flew standby
Fit.
on my way home from Europe a couple months ago, and I flew from Athens to Newark.
Newark.
Literally, I hate that airport. Newark sucks.
Mm.
Actually, I think that's in New Jersey. Whatever, over there. So it's like over an 8-hour flight, and I was in the middle seat.
Ugh.
And like when I get put in the middle seat, I feel bad for the people next to me because I'm broad and long.
And middle seat's the worst.
Yeah.
Easily the worst.
Yeah. I wasn't super thrilled, but
I was
it's fun.
on an 8-hour flight next to a guy coming back from Fort Lauderdale, actually.
That's not an 8-hour flight.
Was it
Jeez,
not? What is it,
did
like
you
5
in,
hours?
circles? Like,
Yeah, that's like a 6-hour flight.
Okay, that's what I meant. Anyway,
I make the Seattle to Fort Lauderdale flight like 3 times a year.
so you're like, it's 6 and 27 minutes.
Actually, yeah.
about
Well,
that much.
the Fort Lauderdale on the way back is, but the way there is 5.5.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
I had this long ass time sitting in the middle aisle next to a dude who definitely had like the flu and was just dying, and like he had his little snot rags all over the place. I was just like, this is the worst flight I've ever been on. And immediately afterwards, I was sick. I was so fucking mad at that guy. I just stared him down the whole time.
Bonus hot take. If you wear a lot of perfume or cologne on public transport, like an airplane or a bus or a train, you deserve to be shot.
I should be able to light you on fire so that you
Literally.
don't stink anymore.
Well, no, because then you have to smell burning corpse, and that smells really bad. All of the hairs on the human body, when they burn, never mind.
Yeah, no, it smells bad. You burned hairs. I've burned hairs. It
You learned
smells
a lot
terrible.
from that CSI
But-
game.
I definitely haven't. Never mind.
There's still there's some cologne and perfume out there that's pretty fucking bad.
Men, if you want to approach women, don't douse yourself in cologne first. That's my other pro tip.
Yeah.
If you're walking up and she sees you from across the room and goes, I can smell you, that's your sign.
Dude, what would you do? Would you just go home and like hang yourself? Because like, how are you like mentally recovering from a woman stopping you from across the room and going, I can smell you?
Shower.
Yeah, I would just go home and live my life.
That wouldn't destroy you a
No.
little bit?
You can't destroy what's already broken.
I definitely would think about it for a while, but I think it's more like a me thing.
That would haunt my dreams for the rest of my life.
Uh,
I would think about that would be the last thought I had before I died.
if it was public and like a very
Yeah, you're like, at
all
the
of your friends
Yeah.
heard, then I'd be like, oh, yep. I would just immediately leave.
I see a woman do that to you, I'm dogging on you forever. It's fair play.
I would take that as a sign. I would throw all my cologne away. I don't even have cologne. I don't like it. It's too smelly.
Women, when you
I
go
don't
to the
smell like
club,
anything.
you have to. If a man is approaching you, you don't want him around. Just be like, no, get away. You stink.
Oh no, you make the
You
face.
smelly.
Yeah. Really crinkle that nose. Ugh. Disgust.
It works.
I have some. Okay, I'll say I do have a little cologne. I have. It's not even cologne. It's like pine essence. And I just
Cully just rubs a car air freshener all over his body and calls it good.
smells
He's
pretty
like,
good.
this is cologne.
He's like,
I did find 3 of those today. I was cleaning up my closet. I found 3 of those pine things. So
No wonder your room smells so nice.
I'm going out.
Cully about to attract all the ladies tonight.
I'll
It's
get
a
my-
Wednesday.
Get my nipples pierced and then hang them off.
Oh, like in Deadpool, you do the nipple piercing down to the Prince Albert or whatever.
Oh God.
Is that the new one?
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Is that
that.
the new one? I don't remember that.
I haven't seen that.
I've seen it twice. It's good.
I need to see it again. Is
Josh,
it still in theaters?
We got to download it.
Yeah.
We're definitely not borrow. We're gonna borrow it from the internet. We're not.
Well,
down,
no,
or you
like-
would download a movie.
Yeah, well, I would download a car if I could.
Yeah.
Maybe not, because it'd probably be a Tesla Cybertruck.
Yeah. No, we've downloaded cars for the car simulator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
good.
would
Got you a
download a car.
BMW.
Yeah.
I saw Deadpool versus Wolverine for the first time when we were in Madrid. And so it had Spanish subtitles, and I learned so much.
I guess that is a good
Like,
way. to
oh, that's
watch
how
it.
you say it.
I was like, I'm about to go. Never mind. I'm about to use this for evil.
Alrighty,
Yeah, that's all the hot takes we have for today.
that's all she wrote.
Yeah. So
She being us, not just Bella.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she did write most of it, but
Yeah,
we have to take some of the credit.
This is scripted.
very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Diff. Next week, we're going to be discussing stuff. We talked about the stuff, but I forgot to write it down. So this is a teaser with not a whole lot of tease.
It's a teaser, but it's a surprise.
This is extra
Surprise.
tease.
Get
Yeah.
surprise and hope. Oh,
Oh, okay.
sorry. I
We're
hit my
slapping
computer.
laptops.
Slapping.
We're throwing it into the wall because it wasn't cut into the shape of a smiley face.
That's right.
It's really frowning at me. We're going to resurrect Keenan and have him back.
Somehow we'll get him back.
We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll have to kill me first.
Keenan's not
Okay.
coming back.
Yeah.
Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a text or a voicemail at 802-884-3553. Bitch. Or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com. We did get some text messages, but I wanted to wait for all the boys to be
Okay.
here.
We did
So
it.
we heard you loud and clear, and we're
Yes.
excited to get back into it. But
Yes.
others, opinions of things we've said, give us a voicemail, a text. You can just text it.
Keep
You can
it
be anonymous.
coming. Tell us how wrong we are, how dumb we
Yeah.
are. Tell us how
Please.
great we are.
Tell us if we're smelly.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, this is just Josh and I, and then
Yeah.
Keenan when he's here. But Bella's off limits.
Yeah.
Say bitch like Batman would.
Bitch.
Bitch.
I'm coming for you, Joker. You bitch.
You bitch.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.